covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
It's a designated homeless campsite shutdown. The Red Bluff City Council moves to close the only approved homeless camp in the city. And now there are mixed feelings about what comes next. Plus, new details: California is spending billions more than planned on health care. What is going to be done about the huge shortfall in Medi-Cal? And new at 6, tree nuisance frustration. Why a Chico man says the city needs to do something about a dangerous tree. But first, we are tracking rain, least sprinkles moving into the valley right now. This is a look over Butte County right now. Howie is tracking these conditions for us. It doesn't sound like we're going to get soaked tonight.
No, I mean, a quarter of an inch of rain might be on the high side even for the valley, Alan, because the storm's pushing in pretty quickly, but it's going to move through quickly and move out pretty rapidly as well. So, I mean, as I just mentioned, I mean, a quarter of an inch to half an inch of rain might be on the high side for the valley. Could see a little more than that in the higher elevations. It's always favored there as that moisture gets pushed up the mountains. The mountains tend to squeeze out that moisture, and we can see some more rain. What we're going to see, though, could see 3, 4, 5 inches of snow in some of the higher elevations in parts of Trinity County in those higher elevations as those storms drop down for elevations of 4,000 feet or higher with winds in excess of 50 miles an hour, whereas down in the valley level, we can still see winds gusting to maybe 30, potentially up to 40 miles per hour. Temperatures once again being held below average as we head into the first day of spring for tomorrow. That won't last very long. Remember this, we'll be talking a few minutes from now. But as I just mentioned, yeah, we saw those winter weather advisories. We can see mountain travel in these areas, not recommended, but we'll talk more about these storms coming up in a few minutes, Alan.
Okay, Howie, thank you. New at 6, a Chico family is hoping to get a city tree next to their yard removed after several close calls from falling limbs. It's along East 3rd Avenue, and Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe is live there in Chico and spoke with the family. So, Margot, what are they telling you? What are they telling you about what they've been dealing with?
Alan, I spoke with Sal Cogliano, who lives behind me across the street over here next to the tree in question. It's a large cedar tree. It's over 100 feet tall, and it's so large I can't even fit it into frame, and I'm roughly 100 feet away from it. But Cogliano explained to me that the tree drops limbs about 1 to 2 times a year, but it's getting to a point where they just want it completely removed. Now, he told me that over the years, it's just dropped that it drops about 1 to 2 times a year, but there are these massive tree limbs, and it just dropped a limb on Sunday in the middle of the road. And thankfully, nobody was hurt, but the tree has caused a lot of distress on his wife after an incident in July where a giant tree limb nearly killed her and her friend when they were saying goodbye after a visit.
She got in her vehicle and started it. My wife was standing in the open door of the vehicle, and Susie heard the tree crack. And when she heard that, she's used to tree branches and stuff because of paradise, and she pulled my wife inside the vehicle on top of her, and then the vehicle was just covered in tree. It was about a 30-foot branch, and it came from about 110 feet is what the city arborist told me.
Now, since that incident, Cogliano says that he's been trying to get the city to take care of it. Now, we reached out to the city about it, and Public Works Director Eric Gustafson says, in part, the tree now has a wrap sheet after Sunday's incident, and will prioritize pruning the tree right away. But it is healthy where it's not a risk at falling down. Now, Cogliano says despite it being a city tree, he was the one who had to pay for the expenses to repair his friend's car and his wife's medical bill. Now, he said he did file claims with the city, but the city did deny those claims, and now he's just hoping he can be reimbursed for the expenses. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
All right, thank you, Margot. Cogliano did say that the incident from last July has left his wife traumatized to the point where she won't even go near the tree, and even spent the night at a friend's house last week because of strong winds. New at 6, an Alturas man was held to answer on multiple child sex crime charges in Modoc County Superior Court. The Modoc County District Attorney's Office says that Abel Anastasio was held to answer for several felony charges yesterday, including lewd acts upon a child. The DA says that he faces a maximum sentence of 46 years in prison if convicted. He'll also need to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life if convicted. The DA says Anastasio is out of custody under the supervision of the Modoc County Probation Department. Today, we are hearing from local people after Red Bluff city leaders unexpectedly voted to close the only approved homeless campsite in the city at Dog Island Park. Now, this comes after a lengthy discussion during last night's city council meeting. The city approved Dog Island Park as the designated camping area for the homeless back in October of 2022. Now the park will be cleared within the next 30 days.
I don't like the fact that they are taking over our parks, because I like to go eat my lunch at the park, but I don't want to go there because I'm not safe. So I have a right to go to our park and eat my lunch and be safe, but they have rights too. So definitely need a better solution.
You know, it's sad. I don't know what to think about it anymore. I just think it's a horrible thing, and there has to be a solution. We need homeless shelters. We need them everywhere.
The area was originally established as a designated area for the homeless as a stopgap until the Path Navigation Center was opened. It's opened, though. The center was opened in May of last year, but the city continued to allow homeless encampments at the park. Red Bluff Mayor Chris Dieters says that she wants to work with the community to develop a new solution for homeless encampments. New developments now. Shasta County has approved a new youth substance use prevention initiative. This will use opioid litigation settlement money to launch the campaign in August. CORE will lead the community opioid response and education, and it's a collaborative effort between local organizations. The strategy includes the awareness campaign, providing direct prevention services, and implementing early intervention programs. It's like peer court and family support groups. Shasta County supervisors have committed $1.25 million for the first year, with $1 million for years 2 and 3. We have a link to give you more information about the CORE presentation and budget. Just look for this article on our homepage, actionnewsnow.com. A first of its kind African market has opened at one of Reading's busiest streets, and Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield shows us what separates Jolliview Love from other grocery stores.
We've had people say, hey, you don't have this one, can you get it? I said, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it to make you comfortable. We want you to be comfortable.
After 3 long years of getting things together, Monroe and Maybelle Collins opened their new store, Jolliview Love African Market, 3 days ago on Hilltop Drive. Hailing from Liberia, West Africa, the Collins look to offer Asian, Caribbean, and African foods and ingredients, including bananas native to the African continent, coconuts, yucca root, and more.
If someone walks into this door, they're gonna have an absolute wonderful time with these products.
If your mom is like mine and loves her plantains, you can find the actual fruit, along with the stripped chip version here.
It's got a lot of culture. It's got a lot of things that we would love to share with the community.
The market looks to offer its customers a little slice of home, whether you're rediscovering a product again or for the first time.
I grew up with this, and I can't believe I'm seeing this. And we've seen that happen right here. We've seen that take place.
Monroe says if you can't find what you're looking for at first, they can always order products right from its country of origin.
And I believe it will make Reading a lot more colorful, and the beauty of Africa can be perpetrated in such a wonderful way.
Reporting in Reading, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
The store is open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturdays from 10 to 6. New at 6, a first-of-its-kind bill would phase out ultra-processed foods from California's public schools. AB 1264 would direct state scientists to identify what the legislation refers to as particularly harmful ultra-processed products. It would remove those ingredients from public schools starting in 2028. It has the goal of eliminating them entirely by 2032. The bill was co-authored by Republican Assembly Minority Leader James Gallagher, among others. New details, a look at why the state is facing a Medicaid budget shortfall. That's ahead. And a splash of color will hit a part of Chico. We'll show you the meaning behind the murals.